I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with Vicious Aristocrats. We get to try out a ton of new cards tonight, and lots of them were vying for their opportunity to be Pauper Playable. As always, you can sack your Brindleshotes in whatever match you want by clicking on the timestamp in the description box down below. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the league. This is a little bit slow, but a couple of hungers that can be turned on relatively quickly I think is pretty good. Hello, Storm. How you doing? Welcome. I will keep this, and we'll see what's going on. Possibly Pauper Playable, match 1, game 1. On the draw. Should have mulliganed the die roll. Good to be on the play with this deck. Elves. Well, we can go a little bit bigger than Elves, but... Okay, so I think this is going to be turn 1 Jungle Hollow. Turn 2, pick it up with... turn 1 Jungle Hollow, turn 2... 4... that doesn't seem that good. I guess we can like ranker this up, but then it just gets blocked by a stupid elf. Hey, Mutalisk Lord. I really do like Grim Harvest, but we don't have a ton of lands to really keep using. I kind of want a Colony Garden turn 1 and suit up the plant with a rancor. See if they want to trade it. Hey, Triceratops, trade it with an elf. And then Golgari Rot Farm, the Colony Garden, and then we can go Carrion Feeder, Colony Garden, sack Carrion Feeder, Hunger of the Howlpacker Carrion Feeder. So that feels pretty good. So I think I am going to do it like that. It's our quickest way to apply pressure right away, although it is only going to be a 2-1. How you making out, Triceratops? Sorry we didn't get the Sims in this week, man. I think I might be dropping the Sims for Dominaria season. I have a serious hankering for Dominaria Limited. I just got to get there. All right, so no scary elves yet. Not just yet. Hey, where were you guys? Back again. Here we go. Back again, playing the jank. Well, unless I guess they have another 1 mana elf here. Yeah. So that would have been pretty sweet if we would have got the fungal infection. This is going to be tough. They are faster and wider than us. Vicious Offering that we can't cast this turn, but this will come in handy when we get the when we get these Hunger of the Howl packs online. We're probably going to want to cast it next turn. So if that's the plan, if we're sacking this plant to the Vicious Offering, they're like our deck, but better. Will I stream what? Dominaria Limited? Oh yeah, absolutely. This is not a trivial decision. I do still think I ranker this up, but maybe not even that. Like I could play Jungle Hollow, and then no, that still doesn't give us 2 black mana on time. So it should have been Jungle Hollow last turn, but I guess I didn't know this was on our top of our deck, and I didn't know this was coming down. So I think them gaining life, probably just as bad as them racing us with a Vanguard. If they want to trade with this Essence Warden, then that's up to them. Or Aristocrat, tune in to find out. It's going to be an interesting use case for some of these new cards, I think. I think intentionally putting them in this deck, or I think putting them in a deck like this is probably a good test for their ability. Okay, so next turn, we'll see what they want to do, but they didn't block, so it might be Carrion Feeder, sack the plant, play Untap Forest, Hunger twice, and just have a massive wall. Going to get to try the Dizzying Gaze. I thought about using it by like giving the what's this, Lizalana? Lead the Stampede, fantastic. Our 1-for-1 removal, gonna do great against against that. Plan Stompy indeed, Spookerson. Oh, you scared me first time I saw you in the chat like that, spooky person. They're gonna get to commit a ton of elves to the battlefield. I guess where these don't cantrip, they can return a land to their hand to untap something to play 2 1-drops, which is pretty good. It does though, doesn't it? Like if your worst matchups when you have Seeker Resolved have to do with Still, this time I think I will go to sleep on time. Only one at night, and have work tomorrow. Well, that's all right, Sacred Coco. Thanks for dropping in again. I've been enjoying having you here with the 1-800 type plays. That's been pretty sweet. Thanks for dropping in. We're gonna keep trying to get in with the plant token here. Our opponent also having a good think about committing more elves, but they're probably aware of what we're doing here. Tough matchup round one for sure. They don't really care how fast we go. Untapped Black Source would be great, but we don't run a ton of those. I guess we could hit like Adventurous Impulse, but then at that point it doesn't matter. Yep, gonna pump up the Vanguard. If we can kill this Vanguard, they don't have a lot going on besides this stupid this thing. But it looks like they're gonna give us the opportunity to pick off Vanguard, so that's good. Young Wolf, well, that's a pretty great target for our Vicious Offering. It's getting kind of awkward with these Hunger of the Howlpacks, so play a land, play Young Wolf, just in case we have to sacrifice it instant speed. And I'm going to kill it now, just in case they have some kind of weird Vines of the Vastwood plan going on. Yep. Be nice to find one of our, you know, kill something with 1 toughness cards. Yeah, okay, so they're just gonna let 2 go through. That's cool, but we're gonna do this now because they might have Vines. So cast, targeting this, sack the Young Wolf, and now we have a 2/2 back on defense. And their dude is dead. Next turn we can play Carrion Feeder, Call Me Garden, and Hunger twice if we want. Probably on our Trampley Plant Boy. Maybe on our Trampley Plant Boy. No, that's not great, considering what their hand looks like. Gonna commit a bunch more elves. Would love to find one of our fungal infections here. That would be pretty sweet. Yep, there's another Essence Warden. Main deck Essence Warden really breaking up our plan here. Pretty weak to fungal infection though. I'm gonna make their land drop. We know they have another 1-drop in hand, at the very least. Maybe they're waiting. They might have like a Lizalana or something, but I imagine if they had Lizalana, they would have played it about 100 years ago. Is that Well-Wisher? Yikes. Oh my goodness, with the life gain. Okay, so it doesn't, there's no point in us even trying to remove their life gain elves individually. Like we'll probably have to find another Vicious Offering for the Lizalana when it comes down. The Well-Wisher is problematic. We definitely have to do something about that. 2 cards in our opponent's hand, one of which is a Forest. It's like Forest lead the Stampede. Oh my goodness, tilt. deep tilt. It's a Longbow. Okay, Longbow's not that great against us. So they get a 4/4 back on defense. So I do still think the play will be Carrion Feeder, triggers, unfortunately. Call Me Garden, get a token. Yeah, the tap lands really suck. And this is kind of like the suggested tap land configuration, which also really sucks. These friggin' life gain creatures getting the most out of us today. So we'll put a counter on Carrion Feeder. And I'm going to Hunger up this Young Wolf once and serve with it. Or maybe I should Hunger up the token. Make them think that we want to trade it with the Vanguard and then Hunger it again before they can start pinging stuff for 2. But I guess they're going to want to ping stuff for 2 anyway. So we should probably spread the Hungers out. So if that's the case, we will... they can ping the plant token down instant speed. So yeah, so we actually should... Put it on the plant token, and I think I'm going to serve with both. And we'll see how they want to block. Or if they even do block. We don't really want to Voltron up this plant, but... Alright, so let's Hunger... Young Wolf. And if they want to spend their turn bowing down a Carrion Feeder, then so be it. They're going to take 10. They're down to 19. All the way back down to 19. They're about to gain 1,000,000 life with this, though, and I think that's probably just game. So we'll see what this is. Querying Ranger, yeah. They can untap their Well-Wisher twice. That's probably it. So we'll have a draw, see what it is. Fungal Infection is good, like pretty good here. Considering it gets him out of bow range. It looks like they are going to start suiting stuff up with the bow. Using that to pick off our creatures. Fair enough. Yep. At least they're not gaining more life. Oh, maybe they just will gain life instead. A long ways off from winning here, though. In come the Well-Wishers. Yeah, Carrion Feeder can't block. So 6, 7, 8. We're down to 9. Fungal Infection should be an all-star in this matchup. Brindleshote, probably not going to do it. As far as I can tell. And I think we're just dead this turn. So if we cast Brindleshote, they just ping this down, unless we sack either of our creatures. And they're at 30, so not attacking doesn't do it. I guess I would tap out Birchlore Rangers. And we could get in for 10, put them down to 20, and then they gain 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's just no... There's no conceivable way out of this, I don't think. But we... Let's Brindleshote anyway. See if they want to do some pinging. They won't. Okay, so they're going to allow us to keep playing. I appreciate that. I'm just going to pick up untap land, I guess. I feel like they're just going to... There's a lot of ways we're just dead next turn. So... Attack. I guess. See what they want to do. They're going to ping us, yeah. I'm pretty sure we're just dead, because they can get us down to 7. We only have 1 blocker. Yeah, we're just dead. All right. we certainly tried to spook him, Sir Spookerson. So I really wish I had more Crypt Rats here, but I don't. So we're the control deck, unfortunately. That kind of sucks. So bring in some... Chainer's Edict's probably not good here. So bring in a Crypt Rat. Really wasn't ready for the Elf matchup, clearly. Kind of thought all the spot removal on the main board would do it, but... Impulses are still good. We probably don't care about this 1-drop. What else will be good? Elephant Guide is probably okay, but not really. So I think we'll just bring in our Crypt Rats. Yep. I was more thinking about Boggle's Affinity, Burn, you know, Delver. We should be pretty good against Delver, main board. But anyway. Could have used probably 1 more Crypt Rats. Hopefully we're not on the X1 draw when we do find our Crypt Rats. This hand's pretty bad. Bad enough to ship? I don't think so. I think we can start attacking right away. We can cycle this on Earth. We probably won't use it to get back a Blister Pod. My cat's here for emotional support. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this fares against Elves. But she likes to stay. It's probably a little awkward because you can't see her. It just looks like I'm running my hand back and forth over my lap. But there is a cat here. Okay. Mystic, yep. Let's see what we draw. Young Wolf, okay. So I do think we still rancor the Blister Pod, play an untap land, pick up our untap land, and then, yeah, because it might incentivize them to block. Don't know that going wide is appropriate here. So let's rancor up the Blister Pod. Cool cat time. Go to combat, swing. Finding quite a few lands. This is an 18 land deck, so we shouldn't find a ton of lands. Of course, they don't want to trade their mana dork, which will allow them to have a pretty explosive turn next turn. We're probably going to cycle this on Earth. 2 mana, let's see. Fungal Infection should be good in this matchup, I think. I hope. Quirion Ranger, gonna help them hit their land drop again, so they'll go up to 3 mana. That's a lot of mana. 1, 2, yeah, 3 mana. What's this? Dang it. They got the life game plan on lockdown. They're really not worried about it at all. Here come the dorks. Dork time. Crypt Rats would be pretty rad. So we'll see if that happens. I kind of doubt it will. It's a good reason to hold on to this Unearth. I think you could definitely be right, Mr. Spookerston. Yeah. It's kind of only in there for like really bad matchups. Like we're close to losing most of the time anyway. So I think I put it in there because I knew other aggressive decks were going to be hard to race. And I really wanted a way to kind of like outlast that somehow. See if they want to untap and block. No, they're just going to take 3. They have a Well-Wisher on board. They're not super worried about it. They have a couple of Viridian Longbow triggers next turn if they do want to do that. But yeah, mulling to 5 and then conceding probably could have been worth, yeah. That's interesting. I feel like it's okay if they want to spend their turn killing one of our things. So they're going to try to ping it. We will... I guess we'll sack Young Wolf first for the sake of mana efficiency. Like, we can protect it. I feel like they're just spinning their wheels this turn, but they might feel like that's an okay thing to do. And they'll go to ping again. I hope they do. Yeah, okay. So we're okay sacking Blister Pod. We get another body out of it. We will get our Rancor back. And I don't believe they can ping again. They can't unequip or re-equip either. So we do get Rancor back. Hey, Matador Actuel, how you doing today? Welcome to the stream. We're trying to jank it out against the Elvish Menace. So let's make sure we sequence this correctly. We're going to take 1 from the Birchlore Rangers here. And Young Wolf will come back. We'll get another counter. And we can take another 1. That's all right. Get the beer into you, man. Do what you got to do. So let's see what our opponent's turn looks like from here. We're pretty okay with how that went down. Because I can pump Carrion Feeder a bunch of times with Unearth next turn. And our opponent taps out for another Well-Wisher. Yep. That's pretty bad for us. They're like hard on the main deck Well-Wisher plan. I don't know how we can race this. These both represent 6 gain the life each turn. So we can Rancor up both of our creatures Yeah, this is pretty nuts. I'm pretty sure if they didn't have Well-Wishers, we'd be in better shape. Maybe not necessarily good shape at all. But I don't know if we want to just cycle this Unearth looking for Crypt Rats. I don't feel like that's any kind of reasonable path to victory. We have to do more than 12 damage a turn to get ahead of this race. So there's that anyway. So we will Unearth Blister Pod. It's 2 more counters on the Carrion Feeder. Yep. I understand you can untap your Well-Wisher. No, I think with only 3 Unearths, Fume Spitter is not really the effect I'm looking for. We have the Fungal Infection kind of doing our +1/+1 thing, so I'm kind of hoping that'll help us get away with it, but my stack just being very persistent about being at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, gonna get a bunch of life. We'll go to combat. And yeah, swing with everything. Yeah, if we would have had fungal infections for these guys, we would have been okay. I guess Fume Spitter is pretty good with we didn't miss lethal there, did we? No. Fume Spitter is pretty good with Mortician Beetle, I guess. Yeah, I need some friggin' something to deal with this stupid infection. Opponent, 2 cards in hand. Going off with Well-Wisher. Yeah. You may. I can't imagine they don't try to longbow something here. Sure. Sack Blister Pod, put a counter on our Carrion Feeder. There are outs here. There are outs. It's so funny saying fungal infection, especially where I was recording my deck tech. I had to do like a double take. Like I was recording it on Sunday night and I was like, geez, what would the neighbors think? The guy down there talking about his gross infection all the time. Beat Delver not with style though. Oh man. Yeah. It's not the same if you're not dinoing anyone out, you know? You really got to commit to the plan. Keep going hard at it. Vicious Offering. Well, that will kill one Well-Wisher. It's pretty good. And I'm okay trading these with Elves, so I'm not just going to straight up sacrifice them. Let's go to combat. We can leave our hand looking like this. And we will attack. See how they want to block. No blocks. Sure, take a good amount of damage. I believe. Unless I start pinging stuff. No, not going to ping anything. Alright, so... yeah, it is brave of me to just be open about my violent fungal infection. I think we are going to Vicious Offering one of these Well-Wishers while we have the chance. No need to kick, I don't believe. But we can't win through these. Unfortunately, there will be better targets in the future, but we're not about to find them. Our opponent has infinite mana now. I can't even assume what they might have in hand. Yep, gonna untap the Well-Wisher, tap the Well-Wisher, gain some life. Back up to 19. So we're making tiny little bits of headway. They're going to have 4 mana next turn for or they'll have 5 mana, I guess. So if they want to cast their Huntmaster, they can. Oh man, your favorite Pauper streamer. Thank you, Gek Boy. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate the love, man. Elvish Visionary, yep. Just another dirtily chump blocker to me. You got it. A dirtily chump blocker that replaces itself and might find them a lead to Stampede, albeit, but... yeah, I'm all clean shaven. All clean shaven. My beard wasn't coming in, you know. I gave it like 6 months to grow in, and you know, with all the smoke and mirrors of my setup, there's no way you would have been able to tell. But it wasn't coming in very good on the sides. I had these real bad patches of hair. So I decided to just cut it off. It feels good too. You ever have like a decent sized beard and just like take it right down? Take it all the way down. Here comes Huntmaster. Yerp. Yeah, they could have. We could have been dead a long time ago. Gonna Well-Wisher. No lands on board. I think Well-Wisher is still our target. If we find a way to kill anything. Ugh. The gross boards. Okay, go to combat. Tag with everything. We're pretty close to being dead. But we know nothing but war. We only know war. So attack with everything. Our opponent's probably like simultaneously making a sandwich as they play us. No reason for them to be all that engaged here. So we'll Hunger the Howlpack, our Young Wolf. It's the only thing that stands a chance of dying to a double bow. And we're going to get in for a pretty good amount of damage. A non-insignificant amount of damage. Maybe an insignificant amount of damage. Well-Wisher, Lizlana. It's going to be pretty gross. This is the most wholesome Magic stream. Oh, man. I thought I could too. Like, I had a fierce goatee when I was a kid. And for one reason or another, that's the only thing that would grow in. I think I started growing like goatee in like middle school. My cat's really persistent tonight. She usually leaves me alone while I'm streaming, but you can probably just tell how docile I am. Yeah, so she's coming to hang out. I'm glad you guys feel comfortable sharing your facial hair experiences with me. I know it's a sore spot for some people. Well-Wisher, gonna gain some life. They're gonna untap Well-Wisher. Our only hope now is that our elf opponent times themselves out somehow. If we can sneak a win somehow, like if we can kill this, we might not be in bad shape. Actually, we're in pretty bad shape. I guess they don't have any Timberwatch elves. They're grindy elves. Okay. They don't want any easy sacrifice fodder for future fun stuff. Understandably. With 14 damage, we can get them back down to 19, a net loss of 2 points of damage. This cat hair is ridiculous. Look at this cat hair. It's ridiculous. You don't groom yourself ever, do you? It's my job to keep you clean. All right, here they come. Dork fight, dork fight. Na 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 na. We're dead. We're pretty much dead. Get one more draw step about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gain 1,000,000. 12, 13. They're at 33. That's good enough. See you later, elves. Yikes. Okay. This is interesting. We have an Adventurous Impulse for turn 1. But it's probably going to be like Jungle Hollow, then we'll play Nest Invader, and then play another Jungle Hollow, play Mortician Beetle, Adventurous Impulse. But it's pretty okay. Maybe I don't want to play a tap land on turn 1. Probably don't want to play a tap land on turn 1. We're going to have to go fast. Here's a Vicious Offering. All right, so they're going to have a good chance at countering these 1-drops. We could like bait a Spell Stutter with a Blister Pod, so I still might go on the Jungle Hollow into Nest Invader plan, and so long as they don't have hard counter next turn, if they do have hard counter, will give us more of an opportunity to Vicious Offering at a future date. But Vicious Offering a little risky against Delver decks. I feel like we have a good matchup here, though. We got to find our Fungal Infections. I wish you could hit Fungal Infection off of Adventurous Impulse. Opponent going to blind flip. No blind flip. Woo! Cantrip. Beautiful island. What do you guys think? What's your favorite? Where are your favorite land arts from? I'm kind of a big fan. I like the Lorwyn ones a lot. They're like all funky and weird. I like the Shards ones a lot as well. Man, this is the friskiest my cat's been for a stream in a long time. I hope you guys appreciate the cat times. All right, so our opponent can only really have days up here, and we'd kind of rather a blister pod get dazed than anything. Invasion basics in paper and online. Cool. I like old border ones. Saga, Tempest. Tempest ones are really nice. Ron Spears' Lorwyn lands are cool. Noah Bradley and Titus Lunter, they are both incredible artists. Urza's, Mirage and Invasion, John Avon lands, doesn't matter the set. Yeah. I think we've come to a consensus that pretty much all of the lands are very good. All right, so we'll play out a Mortician Beetle, we'll play out a Blister Pod, and then if they want to daze a Blister Pod, then you've dazed a Blister Pod, and congratulations, achievement unlocked. But I don't imagine you keep a one-lander. Yeah, cool. I'm better with them being on one land next turn, because that means we'll get our Nest Invader down, and we'll be able to Impulse, most likely. Oh yeah, those are gorgeous, man. The last Commander release, I forgot about those. She did those exclusively for those. Ice Age lands, Odyssey has awesome forests, Mirage Swamps, Onslaught lands. I feel like we got to get a land list going. Jeez, speaking of lands, I sure am drawing a lot. So I know it seems counterproductive, but I am going to Nest Invader here before I Adventurous Impulse just to play around days. So we will Nest Invader. Part of me kind of just wants to try to snap off the Vicious Offering here too, but I think we can wait one more turn. So we will Adventurous Impulse, try to find some more gas, find a Brindleshote, that's good. So that means we can play out our Brindleshote and sack it next turn, pretty sweet. We might just sacrifice it to the kicker on Vicious Offering anyway. Yeah, go over that 60 island deck. My paper pauper decks run all BFC full arts because it's the cheapest way I could do it. Yeah, BFC full arts are pretty pretty. So Dimir runs Bolas full arts. Because it's Bolas. That's his color combo. You got to be with the Bolas. Another Delver. All right, this turn should be pretty good. So, yeah. So we will Brindleshote and get a counter. I guess that doesn't matter right now. Sacrifice Brindleshote. Whoops. You gotta cast it right. Okay, so target Delver, sack Brindleshote for our Vicious Offering, get some counters, get a 3/3. Oh man, thank you for watching all the videos. I really appreciate that. Seriously, that means a lot. All right, so let's see if they want to daze. They're not going to daze. I'm almost okay with them dazing here, so I'm going to rank her up my Nest Invader, I think. No, let's rank her up the Mortician Beetle while we have the chance. This is a pretty good daze target. I don't know if they can survive on one land for a lot longer, but we're firmly out of gas, and they're a Delver deck with 6 cards in hand, so we'll see how they can develop beyond here. They've cast a couple of Preordains. I feel like they're going in on flipping this Delver next turn. I actually get to watch a live stream. Dotton that. Is that your, what? They choose to Vapor Snag main phase. That's interesting. I'm kind of wondering what they might have going on here. All right, so I think we're actually going to play Carrion Feeder out first here. Just give me 1 sec to take a look. I feel like we're doing a bit of corner turning here. Yeah, because I think I'd rather have Carrion Feeder attacking next turn than Mortician Beetle. We might end up sacrificing it. We will Ranker up the Nest Invader, just in case I have Mutagenic Growth. Don't do what? Do toe hat. I don't understand. So I feel like if they don't find it, do tone. I've been trying to pronounce it for so long. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for following. I appreciate that. Dot on that. Dote on that? Oh, dot on that. Like Dot from Reboot. It's like, you got a problem, Dot? Just on that. Ooh, Hunger the Howl Pack. Is this gonna be the Boggles thing all over again? I'm pretty sure we win here. I don't think there's a 1-mana way to counter Hunger the Howl Pack, so I think we win. Go to combat, get in. Oh, Dot Hack. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we'll go through to blocks. They're dead if they don't block. I don't really know what they want to do here. They are going to block the Beast. Still dead, though. So we'll sack the Beast. And see if they want to Vapor Snag here. Yep. I couldn't imagine what they might have to beat us, where we have Hunger of the Howlback. We just win here, I think. I'm pretty sure. They're going to Vapor Snag the Nest Invader. So we will Hunger the Howlpack, our Carrion Feeder. I don't know how they could have anything else here. Unless they have, what is that, like exile a blue spell? Okay, we did it. There is a bounce spell where they can exile a blue spell from their hand. So we'll bring in 1 Crypt Rats. We're pretty good against Delver. We do want to be a little bit more aggressive, so I might take out 1 or 2 Unearths for Elephant Guides and do it like that. Possibly, we might not even want the Crypt Rats. Probably don't even want the Crypt Rats. Snapback, that's the one. That's where you guys were. Dr. Benz Gibbs, welcome. But yeah, I think we're going to bring in our... No, I don't think this is an Elephant Guide matchup. So Crypt Rats is good. Unearths are good. Actually, I'm just going to stay stock. That felt pretty good. I don't really know what they're going to bring in here, but we're supposed to be good against Delver decks, so that's fine. Guys, I haven't updated the record at all. My goodness. Okay, we have 1 win. 2 losses. Excuse me for everybody that thought we might have a different record. That's totally my bad. Yes. The good old Straconst matches. None of these really matter because of the out-of-date. Oh, yes. Turn 1, leave up Fungal Infection. Got there. There's a Fairy Miscreant. I wonder if they daze Fungal Infection. We will Fungal Infection your Fairy Miscreant. No turn 2 Ninja for you. Pass the turn. They cannot be happy with this. No Rebecca Guai basics, unfortunately. Unfortunate stuff. They're going to pass. So I assume there's a Spell Stutter coming down here or something. Yeah, so let's go to combat. We'll try to bait their counter with an Adventurous Impulse. But if they want a Spell Stutter here, you can Vicious Offering the Fairy. So we'll play a land, and unless this is like hard counter, I guess we could just leave this up, really. But this might be hard counter Daze. I don't really know how we profitably play around hard counter Daze besides leaving a Vicious Offering. And they could conceivably not ever give us a target for that, especially where I'm playing like they have Daze in hand. Unless we can cast this when they have the Daze down. I'm going to Impulse. I think that is going to happen this turn. So let's see if this is Spell Stutter Sprite. There's Spell Stutter Sprite. Quite a few. There's 2 right here. So they get our Impulse. Let's Carrion Feeder. Do they have Daze? No Daze. Okay, that's good. as Stowaway Boy or Sappy Boy. Oh god, those are both excellent names. I like those both. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I'm racked with indecision. Our opponent's gonna ponder. As long as it's a good boy. Lots. Elves, unflipped Elvers, fairies, archer, tribe. Tons. Tons and tons and tons and tons. And it makes a token, more importantly. Flag bearer. Nope, not Coalition Honor Guard, though. New format favorite. Well, they do. It's okay, they don't want a ninja. I don't really understand this. Okay, so we'll see what they're leaving up here. This could go one of two ways. It's really bad if they have Vapor Snag. If they have like Vapor Snag Days or something. There is a good few X1s in the format. We don't have any bodies in our graveyard to make any of this stuff good. Another Spell Stutter would be very bad. It'll mean our Rancor doesn't get down. I wonder if we want to try to Hunger on their turn. Yeah. True. So I think that's what we might do. We'll go to combat, and I think we'll leave up Vicious Offering, Hunger of the Howl Pack, and we'll try to Hunger on their turn. And it's a pretty big game if they can get our Hunger out of the way, but it might help us resolve this Rancor next turn. And I feel like Rancor is going to be pretty important. Yeah. All right, so, oh man, that's so bad against Vapor Snag though. But we're kind of committed now, so we'll pass. See what they've got. I will 100% Vicious Offering. If they Spell Stutter here, Vicious Offering, Hunger. I'm gonna Vapor Snag our boy. Yeah, that's okay. Sure. All right, let's see what they want to do. Yeah, heroic creatures do start that way. You are correct. This is Gush. I feel like this is Gush. Definitely Gush. Which means they must not have a Spire Golem. Maybe they just Spire Golem here, which is sweet. Because we can just Vicious Offering the Spire Golem. They're tapped out. We get a turn to do whatever the frig we want. Here comes Spell Stutter. Yep. And is this going to be no ninja? No ninja. Okay. All right. Sure. And they're going to pass. Okay, so I think we're going to cycle this Unearth. We're not going to be hungering anything this turn, so that's all right. They're going to snap. Sure. What's this doing in my hand? Necromon, you made it! We find Adventurous Impulse. Yeah, would have bounced the token or waited on Carrion Feeder to have counters. Yeah, I guess so. There's a Vicious Offering. Okay, so Vicious Offering's looking pretty bad considering our hand here. Let's Impulse. See if they want to counter it with a Spell Stutter Sprite. I highly doubt they do. No, it doesn't seem like they do. Land drops. How important are they? Would have been sweet to take this, but this is not Ponder. The board, they bounced it. That's what happens. I think we're pretty choked on black mana here. It sucks to have to put any of these spells to the bottom, but that's the world we are living in. So I think we just Rot Farm pass, unfortunately. Beard. Oh, Beard. I was like, yeah, our board state is pretty bad, huh? So our opponent only has 3 cards in hand. What are the odds? This can't get countered, essentially. So we can wait till next turn, I guess. I don't know. Vapor Snag targeting your facial hair. Yeah, they just bounced it. It's coming back next turn. I kind of feel like I don't really have a lot more time to think about it. If this, yeah, we might find a way to force Carrion Feeder through. So I'm going to pass. We'll leave up Vicious Offering. If they want to cast a Ninja, we have a way to kill it, which is pretty important for us. Opponent going to get in. Yep. I will try to maybe kill this. Probably not, though. It could bait something out, but anyway. Our turn. We find more lands. Stupendous. Yeah, still can't fight through another spell stutter, so we'll pass. See what our opponent does. Definitely attacks. No ninjas. 4 cards in hand. Leaving up all kind of counter magic, most likely. Here comes Spire Golem. No, just Gush, okay. 7 cards in hand, 2 blue mana floating. It is riveting, isn't it? The draw go. The draw go Delver matchup. Hey, we got a win off him anyway. Getting 1 win off the best deck in the format feels good, man. But I feel like we're generally favored. I think our hand has been kind of awkward. All right, so now it's our turn. So we'll play a land, try to bait. See if they'll take the bait. And there could be some amount of slogging here. Just everybody brace yourselves. And there's a counter spell. Sure. All right, and we'll play Carrion Feeder. Play a Rancor on the Carrion Feeder. Oh, they could have Vapor Snag, I guess. And I don't know if we want to kill this here. I don't think we do. So we'll pass. We might try to Vicious Offering Hunger on their turn. But I imagine they brought in some more bounce for us. So that could be kind of risky. Curse of Chains. Well, that's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll sack Carrion Feeder to itself because, actually no. Not yet. We can do that anytime. So that's cool. Curse of Chains it is. Gotcha. Gonna get him a Spiel Stutter. No reason for us to kill this yet. I gotta hurry up though. So if they win this game, we want to have a chance in game 3. Come on. Oh yeah. So if they don't have a mutagenic growth here, this is actually pretty good for us. So there's Ninja. Vicious Offering Ninja. And we can force through a 1-drop with this other Vicious Offering. Turn comes back to us, our boy taps. Find a Young Wolf, good enough to get the party started. And while they have their Spell Stutter off the board, I'm going to sack Carrion Feeder to itself. Get back Rancor. Hope they don't have another bounce spell, I guess. We're going to boggle this guy right up. It's kind of our only hope here. Come on, no more bounce and or removal. I guess we don't have to hunger here. Probably should though, because it's going to get countered every other day of the week. So we will hunger up Young Wolf and pass. 1 card in hand, we know. 1 card is definitely Spell Stutter Sprite. Not sure about the rest of their spells. Fairy Miscreant, sure. And passing. 3 cards in hand besides the Spell Stutter. Go to combat. Try to attack with Young Wolf. See how that goes for them. Just going to take it. Yep. And we will play a Nest Invader. I know, it's thrilling, right? Here comes Spell Stutter. Okay, let's Spell Stutter enter. And Vicious Offering your Spell Stutter. We have threats again. Nest Invader comes down. And our opponent only has 3 cards left in hand. We just gotta hope they're not good cards. I don't know if we did it all the way, but we're trying about as hard as we can. An Adventurous Impulse would be sweet here. Take us through a patch of lands. Blizzilla, we're gonna turn the corner. We're not gonna be living the 05 dream tonight. But we might though. Don't count me out just yet. Here comes the fairy. Yep. They found another Curse of Chains. Kind of problematic, but we still have this. Might find a way to sacrifice this yet. Can't ninja this turn. Curse of Chains. Yep. No land. Vicious Offering. Okay. So we will cast Vicious Offering with Kicker. Targeting this. Sacking this. Get back our Rancor. Cast our Rancor on the Nest Invader. Sucks that it had counters on it, but they will annul the Rancor, but that's alright. Our opponent has 2 cards in hand. We've got a 2/2. They're out 11. They're conceivably out of bounce spells, hopefully. Hopefully. Unlock the hidden mode. Try to play Mortician Beetle, see if they have any surprises. No surprises, not so far. Attack with Nest Invader, we'll leave this up. We might want to trigger Morbid. We should play a joke one week where they only post 05 deck lists, April Fool's Day. I'd finally get on the I'd get in the standings, guys. We'd make it. We find a land. We're not going to play our land. We'll go to combat. I'm still not going to sack this Eldrazi spawn either. Not until they do try to bounce it. I guess it does change the clock, but it won't change the clock until next turn. So we'll leave a card in hand, leave him wondering, and we'll see what this is. No plays. Okay. Weird. I don't know what they might have. Okay, let's go to combat. I don't know if you would. You see, I've played that game a couple times where I was like, okay, here comes Spellstutter. Yep. Sure. Me on Blue-Red Delver. Good times, good times. All right, so this does change the clock now. We're going to sack this. Pump our Mortician Beetle. Yep. Their Spellstutter dies, and unless they have hard counter, this Nest Invader should get through, but they might have hard counter. Looks like they have hard counter. 2 cards in hand. We have 2 lethal creatures on board for next turn. Come on, luck. Come on, luck. Luck one time. Spire Golem doesn't matter. Curse of Change doesn't matter. Opponent's gonna Gush. That's not good. Good card, guys. Gush. Pretty sweet card. They could have cast Gush there, actually. But they don't really care. We did it! We beat Mono Blue Delver! Best deck in the format. Alright. Here we go. Possibly Pauper Playable. Match Strakonst. Ugh. Dang it. This could have been a really good hand. We'll mulligan. This is not a great hand, but Brindleshoat Vicious Offering is a combo, so that's the grandfather of this meme deck. We keep drawing lands in our very land-light deck. We only have 16 mana sources. Try what again? Good thing our opponent will have no qualms about killing the first Brindleshoat. So we'll cast Brindleshoat, pass the turn. Oh, really? Well, no spoilers. No spoilers. We will play another tap land. I can't believe I'm still drawing lands. They're playing really fast. It's kind of scary. Though the Guilty Conscience deck. Yes, right. What did I call it? Suncrown Hunters? The meme deck. It does deserve another try. Opponent playing a tap land, passing back to us. We will also play a tap land. Attack for 2, leave up Vicious Offering and Unearth for cycling purposes. Or I guess we could like... Yeah, we can't Vicious... we could Vicious Offering the other Brindleshoat. And then Unearth the first Brindleshoat. How techie is that? It's so techie that I'm probably not going to do it because I think they're going to cast like a Seagate Oracle or something this turn. We didn't have Frilled Death Spitter at the time, it's true. We're in no rush here, so I think... Although it is questionable. I could just Vicious Offering this Brindleshoat. I don't think I even cycle Unearth here. I think Unearth is going to be very good. Okay, so let's try to cast a Nest Invader. We don't want them to Mystical Teachings this turn for anything. Yeah, and they also probably have Gurmag Angler. True. All true statements. You're going to let Nest Invader go. Your opponent, you're at 19. Be wary of that life total. Play a land. My goodness, they're sure taking their time. Passing priority, considering how fast they've been playing. I think they're going to Teachings for Echoing Decay, but I don't think that's that good. We'll pass. Let's see what the Teaching's for. Oh, they're just going to Alchemy. Okay. Well, that's cool. Let's show it work for you, not against you. That is wise. That felt wise right there, what you just said. Deprive, Counterspell, Alchemy, Island hit the bin. Gotcha. Does it say what they take with Alchemy? No. Never. Never once. And they're going to Probe. So we're going to have to discard both of these cards anyway. Oh my god, I want to do it so bad. I'm going to have to discard it anyway. But I don't think I want to kill Brindleshote. I think I do. I just want to target and sacrifice this. I think. I'm pretty sure. And even like Cycle Unearth. What do you guys think? This is a tough choice. No, I know I can't Unearth. I would cycle it maybe. So 3, 6, 8. We could start attacking for 8 next turn. If I do the fancy line. I kind of want to do the fancy line, guys. What do you guys think? Fancy line? Do we go fancy? I think we go fancy. Why not, right? Attack with a couple... The Google Home just scared me. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to go fancy. Yeah, I'm going to try it. Okay, so choose target creature. Pay 1 and a black. Sacrifice a creature. This is pretty fancy. Our opponent trying to do something about it. They can't. And I don't think we draw this. Well, we're just going to discard it anyway, I guess. Might as well. No, we shouldn't cycle it. Let's let it go. That was fancy, wasn't it? That was a pretty fancy play, huh? All right, let's see what our opponent mills. So they pitch another Probe and a Preordain. I could have sacked the spot. Oh, I should have done it. All right, so they might have Chittering Rats or something. We can't play around Chittering Rats. So we're going to combat. Attack, attack, attack. And if Din Rova Horror happens next turn, I'm almost okay having just a basic land in my hand. So drawing a lot of lands for a deck that doesn't play a whole lot of lands here. There's a Radiant Fountain. Yup. Pretty good. Preordains. Opponent not finding their Gurmag Anglers by the look of things. Which is really good news for us. But they might. I can't believe they don't have any other blockers. No Augurable losses? Like, you gotta. Here comes an Angler. Alchemy. Okay. Yep. Hunger of the Howl Pack would be so sweet here. Get one of our 2/2s to trade with a Gurmag Angler. I guess 2 Gurmag Anglers would be pretty bad here. That's true. They don't die to Echoing Decay. Our opponent will have to use real removal spells on them. Oh, 2 Gurmag Anglers? Are you kidding? Oh, it took them a little while, but they found them. Jeez. All right. No land. Fungal Infection. I like it. Well, we can't leverage a Fungal Infection in any way here, so... yeah, I guess we just play land and say go. Like, 2 Gurmag Anglers. You can't have 2 of those, but you can only have 1 at a time, so we can actually stand a chance of doing something about it. 2 of those? It's too many. Too many Gurmag Anglers. Seriously. What do you guys think? Am I putting the loss up? Are they going to ruin the 50-50? The 50-50 chance. Opponent tanking in our beginning of combat step. Little do they know, our Vicious Offering is one of 3 and is now in the bin. I guess we can like 2-for-1 ourselves, block with a boar. I think if they choose to attack, we're probably just going to take 10. We're almost definitely just going to take 10. The first time, at least. Probably the first 2 times, I will be resolute in my 10 taking. Fungal Infection, not good at all in these matchups. We don't have any Graveyard Hate either, because we're trying to beat Graveyard Hate. We're trying to be faster than that. So, what's our opponent going to do? Attack with a Gurmag Angler. How much counter magic did they mill? Just 2 counter spells? Yeah, they have Prohibit in hand. No, I'm pretty sure. Well, I could definitely Fungal Infection it right now. And once they're on board, it's still a pretty huge blowout. We're doing it live. I'm okay with Fungal Infectioning there, because they might wait until we block. But we're just not going to. We're going to take 4. Got a good amount of crackback here. We're only at 19. Okay. Yeah, because they could have blown us out pretty good there. Just going to kill a boar, 4 unknowns, and a land in hand. Oh my god, I only run 18 lands, deck. Is it so much to ask for you to not just ship me lands all day? We attack, they eat a board, they take 3, go to 7, that seems bad. So we'll play Colony Garden and pass. I don't think so. Not with like the amount of Delver going around. Hey, Liz Fordew. But it might be. It's probably better than Vicious Offering. But I think Fungal Infection is a different spell. Like a way different spell. Shroom Tribal activate. That's really bad. We probably lose now, because we drew a bunch of lands. How many spells do we resolve this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our opponent resolved a jillion. We're at 14. That's pretty good. Pretty good draw. We can, who knows? We could pull one out of nowhere here. Pull one out of our butts. Who knows? I think where they're this light on creatures, unless they're like next level and have yeah, we already know people play Tragic Slip. Yeah, okay. Opponent is tryhard. I think you get rewarded pretty well for being a tryhard in Pauper. I would certainly consider it a tryhard format. Which casting? All right, they do have augurs. So Chainer's Edict looking a bit worse. Just like last night's aggro deck, Augur Bolas decks do pretty well against us. Yeah. It's okay to try hard. As a matter of fact, it's doing them a pretty good job, but I'm just about the fun, you know? I always want to try out new cards, and now I'm trying them out in a somewhat serious way. I used to just jam it in the just for fun room, you know? I would say I do try hard typically. Is this Evankar's Justice? Rogues. No. Not Evankar's Justice. 5 cards in our opponent's hand. Well, I think we get more information this way. I don't think we're anywhere near winning. But I think we can stand to do this. And see how they react. if they react. It's a pretty good turn for them regardless. Just another Doomblade. Okay. So, yeah. This is what Teachings decks look like. Or Alchemy decks look like, that is. It's not annoying, man. We're all just out here having a good time. Don't worry about it. Post your deck lists. It's cool. There's another Grim Daddy, firming it up. We draw another land. How many land is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 10 lands left in our bottom 45. But anyway, no Adventurous Impulses either. That's it. Yep. Mega dead. Yeah, and you can post them here as well if you want other people to see them. If you don't want anyone else to see them, if you just want to send them to me privately, you can send them over to me on Twitter, just like that. And yeah, well, I guess you've already made your decision. But all right, so Elephant Guides come in, fungal infections, all of them are going to come out because they're bad here. So Elephant Guides, Chainer's Edicts, and that's what we're doing. See how they react. Black-white enchantments. Oh, you know you love those enchantment decks. He who is in the water, you out there? No, you're on those enchantment decks. Oof. Let's have a look. Let's have a little quick look-see. Suture Priest, Oromancer, Grim Guardian, Wingsteed Rider. That's hot. Welcome to the Jank Bank. Type 1 diabetic. Well, I hope that your problem isn't too difficult for you, that you're coping with it well, and welcome to the Jank Bank. I love Edge of Divinity, man. Edge of Divinity has to be one of my favorite cards. Predator's Gamble is cool too. I've never seen that. Got some readers in here. Certainly some readers in there. All right, we would love to play first. Turn 2 Carrion Feeder, pretty bad. But turn 2 Carrion Feeder, Adventurous Impulse, find us a land for this Elephant Guide. Feeling better about that. Their only instant speed removal was whatchamacallit, Doomblade. So this should be good against Doomblade. Think about what? What are you talking about, Lynx? What are you going on about? Shield of the Oversoul. What is Shield of the Oversoul? Shield of the Oversoul. Shit. I mean poop. Sorry YouTube, don't demonetize me. As long as the enchanted creature is white. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I actually think I'm going to run out Mortician Beetle over Carrion Feeder, but we should do this first. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably take, maybe we take Young Wolf. I guess we're a little choked on mana. Nest Invader is probably a bit better, but it means next turn we can go like Carrion Feeder, Young Wolf. So yeah, maybe I think I take Young Wolf here. And Young Wolf is actually a pretty good play this turn. If we want to play out Carrion Feeder next turn. Although they'll have 2 blue mana up, I guess we can bait with Mortician Beetle for a couple turns. But yeah, I think we play out the Young Wolf. I think the less information they have about our hand, the better too. Didn't that feel good? All that selection we had? They're gonna bog. Yep. Yeah, it does give it indestructible, and you can just ping it forever. Playing against Ulamog's Crusher is hard. Yeah, man. I feel ya. So we're gonna get out Mortician Beetle here. Feel like that's probably a pretty good idea. And then we can Mortician Beetle, Carrion Feeder, sack our Young Wolf. Start popping off. George Papanopoulos. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Liz Fordew. Welcome. Welcome to the Jank Bank. Welcome to the Jank Bank. Yeah, playing against Ulamog's Crusher can definitely be hard. All right, we gotta have an explosive next turn. It looks like our opponent's having a little bit of mana trouble, and we're really gonna have to capitalize on that. They're tapping out of 2 blue, which means prohibit. Ooh, like that. No augur either. Maybe just elephant guide up this mortician beetle. That doesn't even seem like that bad of a plan. Well, we have the opportunity. They can't have instant speed removal for it. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to do that. So we'll elephant guide up mortician beetle. And next turn, we'll try to do carrion feeder mortician beetle because we're going to probably have another opening, or they'll have a counter spell up. So we'll bait with mortician beetle or nest invader if we draw a land. They might have disfigure, I guess. Brutal. All right, that sucked. Go to combat, get in with Young Wolf. The one time. Didn't think they'd have that many of these. All right. We got blown out. It was a blowout, it's true. Pretty huge blowout. I usually only play stuff for my series. So my 2 series. Oh, God. All right, our opponent is popping off. So let's do some baiting. Nest invader. So I'll probably only, like, I play usually stuff that does well in the challenges, and also stuff that I can't even talk, sorry. I play stuff that goes well in the challenges, and I also play decks where people are using new cards. So definitely want to use Mortician Beetle's ability. They're letting all this stuff through, which is a little skeptical. Hello, Scrublord. Scrublord, fellow Scrubber. Welcome to the Jank Bank. So we will try to take out this Augur Bolas while we have a potential opportunity to do so. Get all of our stuff out of Shrivel range. And if our opponent has a Prohibit, that's a pretty big game for them. And looks like they do. Oh no, they're just going to Echoing Decay Mortician Beetle. Okay. Yes, we will use its ability. So we get rid of their blocker for the time being, but I have a feeling they're going to get a Gurmag Angler. That was a pretty good run there for our opponent. I'm kind of glad we didn't commit Mortician Beetle a turn earlier because they had to 1-for-1 themselves on all of them. Is this just Muldrifter? Muldrifter is not a huge deal. Card advantage, it definitely sucks to get card advantaged out, but... yeah, so... chuck this on a Nest Invader. Go to combat and serve. It kind of sucks, because if they want to Shrivel next turn, then we'll have to Carrion Feeder. Maybe going down resources like that isn't a great idea. Like last turn, we really tried to like pop off, and it wasn't great for us. All right, our opponent's going to take 4, down to 16, trying to get through by inches here. And I think we just won't play our Carrion Feeder because they have Shrivel, which will kill it unless we sack our Young Wolf. So Ranker Carrion Feeder, not really a great idea. Actually, yeah. So if you check out my YouTube channel, a little plug. So last week we played Jer James B's Milver, which is a deck that Jer James B has been doing very well with. I didn't do very well with it, but they top 8'd the challenge 2 weeks ago with the deck. And I, Doomblade? God, Augur, get out of the way. I probably should have cast Carrion Feeder first there, because if this is going to die, yeah. Well, that's probably just game, folks. What was I saying? Yeah, so they top 8'd the challenge a couple weeks ago with it, and this week they were 9th. I think they would have just snuck in. Yeah, our opponent is going to firmly turn the corner here. Yeah, they came very close to finishing with it again this week. So it looks like we're about to go down at the hands of another Gurm Daddy. That's all good, Liz 4Do. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for grabbing that for me. Oh, God, with the 2 Gurmogs. Stap. Well, we can kill one of them. We're going to 2-for-1 ourselves anyway. So there's Carrion Feeder. I'll be Bach. Sounds good. We'll see you very soon. So we'll sack Carrion Feeder. Not great. 2 cards to kill a Gurmag Angler, but I don't think allowing them to attack for a bunch of turns is in our interest either. I don't know if we can turn this one around. Nest Invader, probably going to get countered. Nope. Probably just removed then. I can't imagine my opponent has 6 cards in hand and they don't have a way to deal with us.
Oh, yeah.
What? Thank you for the sub. Holy crap, type 1 diabetic. Thank you very much for the sub. Jeez, welcome. Welcome, man. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for showing your support. Keeps me going. Keeps me knowing it's worth it. Come out here, make that Pauper content. We're dead now, I think, though, unfortunately. But yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh man, you come from the, the LRR team? Hey, Mechibus, how you doing? We won a match against Delver, so we got that going for us. I cast 1 Adventurous Impulse. It felt real good. I killed a Gurmag Angler with a Vicious Offering. I mean, if we had a bingo, man, should we get a bingo thing started? Where we do a bingo when we're trying out new cards. Kill a Gurmag Angler with a Vicious Offering, pretty good. Kill a fairy with a kill a fairy with something, Kill a fairy with a fungal infection is what I should say. Yeah, I think that sounds good. What did they? Evankar's Justice. Okay, cool. Our opponent did not have time for the jank. All right, here we go. Match 4, possibly playable. 5 in a row, 4 corners was often another win con, the alternate win con. This seems like a sketchy keep in an 18 land deck. We really got to hit. Oh man, he was in the water. Get out of here. trying to take the the Thraben Valiant nicest opponent win con. All right, okay, all right. I wonder if we keep sketchy here then. I don't think so. I feel like you can only keep a hand like this if you do have an Adventurous Impulse. Oh, this hand's so good if we do hit Black Mana or Adventurous Impulse somehow. If we hit any other land. A lot of our lands enter the battlefield tap, though. I think we can mulligan. Okay, this is better. This is pretty okay. I will keep Blister Pod to the bottom. No sack outlets online. I was wondering what he was in the water was saying. I was like, did somebody say they were going? Oh no. Oh no, are they gonna have the natural? Don't have natural Tron. The literal card. What literal card? Oh, if I have an Adventurous Impulse, I can keep this. Whoa! We all knew it was busted when... Oh man, is this Mud Tron? We've heard about this deck. We've heard about this deck. It's coming. Mud Tron on the way. All right, we got to get aggro, team. We got to get aggro here. Nest Invader, just better in terms of clock. And I might just... No, I could use it next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and get in with Mortician Beetle. This is Mud Tron. I got this deck list. Deck lists are public here. All right, okay. Oh, Glimmer Post. I'm geeking right now. This is sweet. Aliophile. Oh no. Yeah, there goes Mortician Beetle. There was no saving it anyway. All right. All right, that makes our last play a little bit worse. So we will run back playing a Nest Invader. Get another token. I do not want 8-post back. No 8-post. 8-post is gross. All right. Let's see what's going on here. This is a good one, guys. This is a good one. Good match. Oh, they're gonna have the Tron. I don't even think they really care about having Tron. They'll probably, whatever land they do get, they have 7 mana. Nah, no point in having an infinite combo. It doesn't win the game. I mean, you could. Quick Google search. Oh yeah, that's true too. Did he was in the water like get a 5-0 with this deck? Oh my god, I was muting in my notepad for my record that whole time. No. Okay, we did it. So what should I do for he was in the water after if they beat me here? Or they probably will, but you can't actually leave the loop? Wait, what? When did you discover this? What are these cards that create this loop? Oh, yes. Voltaic Servant. Oh, the Voltaic Servant deck. Show me the way. So they're going to get to untap their Mind Stone. This is rad. Anything that has to do with this card, I'm in. Oh, there's Fungal Infection. Okay, so we will play a swamp, play a basic swamp, go to combat, attack with our team, or attack with these guys. We're going for the blowouts. Yeah. Pass through. We will Brindle Shout. We will Brindle Shout. Yellow, is this the Babyface Streams 2018? Well, yes, what? You don't know of the 1-800 type plays. Order now and get your plays tightened up real good. All right, let's see if they've got the mutagenic growth to save their boy. No! What is this? They're going to sack map. Okay. Sure. Do they have something to save it? Oh, they're going to draw a card. Okay. Yep. So they have a land in hand. We got a pretty huge board. What could they find here? They can find Tron. We're attacking for 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. That's pretty good. $4.99 a month. Oh my goodness, Tass. Well, don't be pandering me out as the type player. We've established that I am not the type player. Serrated arrows, I'm okay with that. See what they want to kill. Yep. Sapperling down. And what's this? A good blocker? I guess I can bounce their serrated arrows. That's pretty decent. Primal Clay. Ooh, 3/3. Yeah, that's all right. All right, our turn. Golgari Rot Farm. So I think we still serve with, maybe we just serve with Brindle Shouts, but I feel like that'll give them too much time. I love this deck, man. This is sweet. But I guess we can only swing with everything for 2 turns before this really becomes kind of chaotic. So we'll attack with our Brindle Shouts. I don't believe they will block. I guess they can Serrated Arrows one next turn. Down to a 2/2, and then this can still get in the way of it. We're just going to take 2. Okay. Play Blister Pod. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're borking. We're borking. 100% bork. But yeah, no Carrion Feeder, unfortunately. Or Vicious Offering. Both of those cards, pretty live draws here. Ooh, okay. So they're going to start getting a bunch of self-assemblers. Here they come. Another self-assembler. I don't know how we can do it against a team of 4/4s. Probably not super good. Hello, Doyle 2801. How do you beat Tron? Yeah, I don't even know why. Come on, deck. Not like this. It wasn't too bad. I guess we play a land. Why can't we find like Adventurous Impulses exactly when it matters? There's no point in attacking because they can just start leaving these back, and where these would have at least traded with a Primal Clay at some point, I would have been okay with it. They're going to get that artifact bounce value now, and they're going to have 4/4/4s on the battlefield. So things are going to start getting a little bit messy for us, unless we start exploding here. There goes our Nest Invader. There's a Self-Assembler. No more counters on the Serrated Arrows, but I do believe they have methods by which to bounce the arrows. Okay, so I'm pretty okay blocking like this to trade. Taking 7. Yeah, I'm okay like this. I don't know what they might have that's colorless. All right, so we get a couple 3/3s. That's good. Come on, Vicious Offering, off the top. More Serrated Arrows? No, just Self-Assemblers. Okay. I'm glad I didn't rip you guys too hard. Okay, let's see what happens here. Guardian Idol, beautiful. All right, so play a land. I guess we're going to try to trade a beast with a Self-Assembler. Seems kind of bad, but I feel like narrowing their board down. We should do it defensively, honestly. If we're going to be doing that. On our own terms. We can get 2 Self-Assemblers off the board, but then they have a 3/3 and a 4/4 left. So there goes Serrated Arrows. Let's see what they want to do in combat. They've got a jillion mana. Choosing not to fire up the Guardian Idol. All right, so block like this. Block like this. Block like this. And we will Fungal Infection. Enjoy your game, Kirk. Have a good time. Blisterbog comes back as a Scion. All we have left is tokens. Our opponent cracks their land for a zombie, and they are tapped out. Voltaic Servant on board. Untapping. Ooh. Vigilant Self-Assembler is pretty good against us. So I guess we can like chomp chomp, take 3 next turn. I mean, we might as well play it out, right? Didn't come here to not play it out. They've got no cards in hand. Their board's looking pretty intimidating. Let's see what they find. Wonder if they're going to start flooding out at some point. Jundum. So in terms of like beating Tron, and in the spirit of trying to be helpful or productive in some sense, I think... Oh god, are we just dead? No. So if we block, block, block... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we have to take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah. So I think to beat them, you should play counterspell decks. Blue-black decks are probably pretty okay against Tron, though I'm not sure. I think Monarch has a fair matchup against them. I don't think they're particularly good against them, but I do think Monarch is pretty okay against them. Scred Delver or Monarch should be fine. Just get to know the decks really well. If you can play Mono Blue Delver correctly and like counter the right things, like if you really study that matchup, I'm sure you'll get paid off, because Tron wasn't always a mega popular deck, although it is like a good deck regardless. All right, GG, he was in the water. Ugh, the Mud Trons, they got us. Okay, so Elephant Guides come in. Fungal Infections will come out. They've let us outclass their creatures a little bit, but not good enough. Gleeful Sabotages, absolutely. And we will take out probably 1 even Vicious Offering, maybe? Maybe 1 Impulse? I don't know. 1 Young Wolf? No, we don't want to take out green creatures. Maybe 1 Unearth, because I don't think they're going to do very much destroying of our creatures on their own. But yeah, I would just go with the tier 1, established tier 1 decks. Get familiar with them. They're all way up there in the standings for a reason. So I think that would be your best bet. This hand's like fine. It's not great, but it's fine. A lot of tap lands trying to fix the mana with this deck. I think maybe it's just a bit too slow. You're deep into 2 colors. Maybe this deck wants to be almost mono green, splashing sack outlets. But they're probably pretty happy to see this start from us. All right, so we will play a Young Wolf. First Vicious Offering, I'm quite glad to see. We'll play a Jungle Hollow and pass the turn. I really wish I had enough untapped mana to have one of these crazy turns. I guess we only need 3 untapped mana, and we're casting Brundleshoat next turn, so we should be okay. Oh, do they have the natural? No way. Okay, it doesn't appear that they have the natural. Letting he who is in the water know that I'm just hoping they didn't have the natural. So we will Colony Garden, make a token. I ain't that lucky. Play a Brundleshoat, get in for 1. Next turn should be pretty good. We'll see if they play a creature. I'm going to save this until they do play a creature. Otherwise, we're not super worried about it. Unearth going to be pretty good here. This is our only sack outlet, so we kind of have to do it in conjunction with... Oh, did they not have a second land? Maybe that's what happened. There's the Tron. 3 mana. What do they play? Aeriophile. Okay. So that's all right. I guess it makes things a little awkward for us. This only deals 2, I guess. So we'll play a land. Plan to do things instant speed next turn. Or on their turn. Play out a Blister Pod, go to combat, and swing. Because they have a million mana now. Obviously one guy, one self-assembler is not great for us here. Glimmer Post pretty good against us. There's another map, so they'll probably keep getting Glimmer Posts. And Rusted Relic. Okay. Fair enough. Leaving up Aeoliopile. So we are going to Vicious Offering, Rusted Relic. No! Oh my god, no! No! Oh, I didn't kick it. There it is. That's hilarious. Okay. That was the weakest. Rip in peace indeed. Okay. Oh, tell him, Tass. Okay, so awkward times to be had by all here. So we will Rancor up the Brundleshoat. That would have been a real good turn for us otherwise. I think they're probably going to snap this off now. Which will... Oh, got shot. Brutal. Okay. So Brundleshoat will come back as a 3/3. Yep. Wonder if they have another gut shot. Let's get back Brundleshoat. Oh my god, that was so bad. Hi, Liz Fordew. You gotta right-click the spell and click Cast with Kicker. I don't know if you gotta be afraid of that. So we will suit up the boar, which it's an attacker at this point, but not a great one. What do they have? Do they have another gut shot? Oh my god! Alright. Sure. Rusted Relic turned off. Oh my god, guys. No more punting like that, alright? They probably have artifact lands to use this for. Ugh, that was gross. That was so bad. Another Glimmer Post. Pretty good. Gonna gain him a couple life. And they pass. We find Mortician Beetle. Go to combat. Swing with the team. Even the plant token sending a message. We're gonna play fast here. Once they start finding their big ones, their big stuff, I feel like they're in pretty good shape. They might just grab a zombie here, get the land that makes the yes. They're gonna get a Cradle of the Accursed. Pretty all right. Yep. Now this dies to an unkicked Vicious Offering. I'm gonna hold this Gleeful Sabotage. I feel like we're gonna find an opportunity to use it. So we'll attack like this. Pretty happy with all this stuff dying. Yep. Sounds good. So Blister Pod will come back. That'll allow this to get up to a 2/2, and that'll help us a lot there. So let's see what they have here. Power Plant. And swing with the zombie? No swings. Okay. No swings attached. All right, Carrion Feeder was a pretty awesome draw there. So we'll cast Carrion Feeder. We will... go to combat, probably. As you would. We gotta be careful about our green creature count here. We want to make sure we have enough. Gonna be a good amount of creature sacking. They do block with the zombie. It's a bloated zombie, man. They got that bloat down. So trigger. Always yes. And always yield. And we will sack a plant token. Try to get it up to a reasonable size. They are at 7, and we'll pass. I thought they're so far ahead. There's no way. There's no way we can come back from a punt like that. I guess if they're just on lands, maybe we can. All right. I think we still just unearth the... Write that on my gravestone? No, that's not funny enough. Is Bloodbriar in this deck? No, I think Bloodbriar, albeit I am creating a little bit of a slower version of this deck, but I think Bloodbriar is just a little bit too slow. So Mortician Beetle, I guess like if they can, yeah. So if they block Carrion Feeder will sack this. I don't really know what else they could have. Yeah, we will use Mortician Beetle's ability. And sack this. I don't know what instant speed answer they'll have for this guy, but okay, we did it. Okay, no punts this time, guys. No punts. But no, I think Bloodbriar is just a little bit slower than what I want to be doing. I have slowed the deck down a little bit, but just not to the point, I guess, where I want to cast any 3-drops besides Elephant Guide. It doesn't synergize as well as any of the other stuff, I guess. Nice. I have not seen nearly enough Adventurous Impulses. My Magic Online name? Yeah, my Magic Online name is just my name without vowels. And that's it. That's the beginning and end of that. I think bottoming Impulses is a little greedy. Even though we are looking for lands, they're definitely going to help us find them. Opponent on a Tron land. Jungle Hollow, tapped, and go. Tron land. Oh god, here it comes. Not like this. .jpg. Land. Gotta find a land. Nice. All right, there goes a couple of spells that aren't very good here anyway, and we will Impulse again, try to find another black source. We found another black. Oh, I think, yeah, we don't have a sack outlet, so let's just get another black source, and we'll pass. Chain them. The true chainers. Okay, so that's all right with us. So Voltaic Servant comes down. We will have to take care of that with our offering soon, so that we can attack through it. Okay, that's good. So we will play our... I think it's just going to be Mortician Beetle and Nest Invader. Oh man, we probably should have played Nest Invader first. That also could have been a punt. But anyway, Mortician Beetle, Nest Invader. If they have Gut Shot, they have it. All right, cool. Yeah, definitely should have had an Eldrazi spawn on board, but that's okay. We'll have the extra mana next turn. We'll have the body to sack to our Vicious Offering, so that's good. What have you got? Expedition Map? Alia Pile. All right. Not a huge problem. Kind of a huge problem considering the loss, the untimely loss of my Beetle. But it is what it is. All right, so they're going to untap Mind Stone. Gotcha. So play a land, unearth, Mortician Beetle. And play out a Nest Invader. Let's see what this is. Targeting Mortician Beetle. Okay, sure. So we will sack a spawn, pump the Beetle. Going pretty deep here. And Vicious Offering on Servant with Kicker, right? It's with Kicker this time. Add black. Sacking Nest Invader. Trigger Beetle. So Beetle survives. They're down, they're Servant. We get another Nest Invader with something else to sacrifice, and our board looks kind of okay now. Not great, but okay. Deep fizzling. Very involved fizzling. All right, what's their 4-drop? The clay. It's the clay. Just a 1/6. Okay. Ugh, lands. Why? There are so few lands in this deck. Tilt. They're going to block the Beetle, take 2, and we'll pass. I guess we already ran out of our Adventurous Impulses, so I can't really complain that we're not running into those. We'll take Servant. Gleeful Sabotage be fine here, just on its own. We'll take Servant. Well, it's a good number of blockers. Okay, so they're going to get to generate a good amount of mana with Mind Stone here. Untaps and untaps. Yep. Carrion Feeder. Okay. So Carrion Feeder represents what? 1, 2, 3 counters on this, so I can get it up to 6. Kill both of these if they decide to block it. Although that doesn't seem super good. We'll play out Jungle Hollow. Play our Carrion Feeder. And I think where I only have to pump this once, I guess they only have to block it with this. We can get it up to 6. But we kind of have to wrath our board to do so. So I think I'm going to give them one more turn doing their thing. And we'll see what we draw. It's kind of ironic that Tron might be choked on mana, but I think that's kind of what's happening here. I guess we'll see. It turns out you really are worse at focusing when you play somebody you know. I also love this deck. Man, Voltaic Servant's such a cool card. All right, 3 cards in my opponent's hand, deep in the tank. This can only get up to a 3/3, and in the process getting this up to a 5/5. No attacks, gonna untap some artifacts. And I guess that lets them triple block Carrion Feeder, which isn't great. And they would take 6. Gleeful Sabotage. This green. Looks pretty green to me. I mean, Mana Denial is probably pretty okay. But I almost just think we give it one more turn. If they find a way to deal with our Nest Invader, so be it. But we might end up having a better target for our stuff. And being able to kill Primal Clay and something else, I feel like is pretty big game. So we'll just pass. A lot of green creatures in our deck. Let's see what they find. Giving them time to just find Tron too, not optimal, but certainly an outcome that we have to live with. There's more mana. And no attacks from them. All right, green creature. Let's go. Green creature. Blow up their board. We're not doing anything particularly explosive here. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's Brindle Shout. And Gleeful Sabotage. I think we blow up. What if we blow up 2 Mind Stones? Because our creatures are going to be big enough here that it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm going to blow up the Mind Stone. And we will Conspire. I guess if they find like Expedition Map Tron land, this is a pretty bad plan, but it is what it is. They're pretty good decks. All right, they're going to tap their Mind Stone and probably sack their Mind Stone. They're just going to straight up tell us that they have a bunch of self-assemblers. And we will Conspire. Targeting Mind Stone. So if they do find Tron, that's bad news bears. But if they don't find Tron, so we will go sacrificing now. So we'll sacrifice Eldrazi Spawn, pump up Carrion Feeder, sack Brindle Shout, pump up Carrion Feeder, and go to combat and swing. So let's see what they want to do. Representing an attack for 8, pretty good. Not very high chances that they find a way to... All right, they're just going to block Carrion Feeder. All right, that's fine. We're certainly not going to sack the rest of our board to kill this. Tanking about another block. They're probably trying to think if they want to take us off another one. Okay, so we'll take Servant in the front. I guess we'll do it like this. Yeah, so they do want to put us off another green creature here. I think that's okay. So that's good for blocks. And we'll do this. We don't want to lose our Carrion Feeder. Pretty big, important part of our route to victory. We just gotta hope to keep them off. Oh, they might have Gut Shot, I guess. They could have drawn Gut Shot. But a 5/5 is super relevant. This attacks through self-assembler is pretty okay. They somehow found Tron. I wonder if they're still mana screwed. Yeah, I wish there were more creative decks too. That's why I'm playing all these creative decks. I'm in it for the long haul. Relic of Progenitus. Okay, that's not that scary. It's a redraw. Yep. There goes our bin. Expedition map. Okay, so those self-assemblers are coming. We must be prepared for that. Not going to untap anything. Our turn. Carrion Feeder. All right, so, well, I guess we should just go to attacks. Get in. See how they block. Block like that. And going to take 9 down to 2. Yep. I don't really know. There's no convoke spells, right? Definitely thinking if they want to chump. They do. Okay. So they chump. 1 creature left on board. We play Carrion Feeder and pass the turn. So see what they got. They have a handful of cards that they can now probably cast. They go get Tower. They can start casting self-assemblers. Yep. Cool. Rancor, eh? So they can get 10 toughness in front of it, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Can we win here? So we attack with everything. And they block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If they block. I usually only play decks that either show up in the 5-0 listings, win or do really well in challenges, or decks that I've just brewed up all my own. But I'm not completely against it. So I put it on, where should this Rancor go? Or it doesn't even matter. It has to go somewhere. I think the fact that it goes anywhere just wins us the game. So they block Carrion Feeder, they still lose. They lose by a lot. If they block Carrion Feeder, Mortician Beetle, and the Rancor is on the boar or the Carrion Feeder, they lose. So I think I'm going to put it on this Carrion Feeder. But they might have Gut Shot. Oh, what if they have Gut Shot? If I give this, if I make it an 8/8 with Trample, they block like this and block like this, they would take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they would take a lot more than that. Okay, so I'm going to try to Rancor up the Mortician Beetle, and then we're going to swing with everything. Come on, get there. I maybe shouldn't have thought about it for even that long. It kind of depends. It depends on how things go. Okay, so sacrifice a creature, put a 1/1. Like this. And always yes. Yep. And that represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That represents Xaxes. 1, 2, 3. GG's Hughes in the water. That is a big beetle. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. No punts. No punts one time. We got there. Thank you, Hughes in the water. You're a great opponent. All right, here we go. Match 5 of Straconst. This hand's bad. Got a mulligan. This hand's a little bit better, but not a lot better. If it's Delver, we might do okay. I'll keep this for sure. Yeah, I like how different it is. It's no, it's sweet. It's sweet. You might be able to find some unfair things to do. Our opponent keeps on. This is a redraw at 2 mana, so I am going to keep this. I think it'd be a little too greedy not to. We'll resolve our Carrion Feeder while we've got the chance. Yeah, Voltaic Servant is sweet, especially with those Mind Stones. Like, use them for mana, then untap them to draw cards. That's awesome. That seems much better than Worn Power Stone. I hope they cast a Flare Husk. Dang. No blowouts today. There's the Unearth we topped, so we will just cast our Young Wolf, go to combat with Carrion Feeder, and get in. Wonder if our opponent's seen the deck tech. Maybe I should start doing that just to like promote the channel. Every time I play somebody, I'll just spam my YouTube links in the chat, in the game chat. All right, let's see what this is. Flare Husk. Okay. Yep. Let's see if they want to put anything else on the stack. Frogmite. All right, let's go ahead and kill this Flare Husk. A little awkward showing them Fungal Infection like this, but I guess they can Galvanic Blast our Carrion Feeder if they want. No big deal. If so. All right, opponent, what do you got? Galvanic Blasts our Carrion Feeder. So 1, 2. Yeah, that's kind of not even really a big deal, right? 1, 2, 3. I can put 3 counters on it, but that won't get us anywhere. So, yep, Galvanic Blasts our Carrion Feeder. We can unearth it next turn. Not completely irrelevant. Let's see what we draw first. Black Source would be sweet, but pretty unlikely. It's Black Source, but not the one we were looking for. So we'll attack and Fungal Infection this. If they block. They probably won't block. I kind of really doubt they do. Okay, they did. Sure. So they block. Saproling down. There's no saving the Saproling today. We will just Fungal Infection your Frogmite. Get that artifact count going down. Play our new Black Source and pass the turn. See what they've got. We got a couple 1/1s. And a Carrion Feeder coming back. Not completely irrelevant. All right, not enough artifacts to play any big scary guys. So we will play Swamp, unearth our Carrion Feeder, just in case it's relevant. Opponent screwed on red mana. Pretty relevant. Go to combat, attack, and pass turn. And double blue for what that's worth. Let's see if they find a way out of this. Gleeful Sabotage out of the board, gonna feel pretty good. There's a Thought Cast, not what we wanted to see at all. Definitely gonna find some mana for them. Double blue mana now, that's a little scary. They have 2 mana 4/4s. Sunchaser, huh? A 3/3, huh? There's Adventurous Impulse. Well, let's see what this finds us right away. Something to sacrifice that's juicy would be appreciated. Land would suck. Nest Invader, I guess it's fine. So we'll get Nest Invader. We're okay with not having another Carrion Feeder here. We'll cast Nest Invader. Kind of sucks that we can only attack with Carrion Feeder, but it is what it is. Play a land. We're Hellbent. They have 4 cards in hand. Not my favorite spot to be. But I have a feeling we might be okay against the Auriok Sunchaser Affinity deck. And we'll just attack like this. Probably go a little ham sandwich sacrificing stuff if they don't block. It looks like they will not. So let's sack this. Get it back as a 2/2. Counter on our Carrion Feeder. And sack this Eldrazi Spawn. Counter on our Carrion Feeder. And I think that's about as greedy as I want to be today. And we'll pass. See what they've got. This is going to be weird. Like, even just getting up to 50%, I'll be happy with. An inconsistent deck with a 50% win percentage, that's fine. Not super afraid of Flare Husk. I guess this is going to be a bit of a vertible threat here in a second, but nothing I'm that afraid of. They can just Flare Husk it up a couple times, start attacking for 5, but they're already at 13. They can cast Gear Seeker Serpent. That would blow. Just gonna equip that. Okay, that's cool. And they might try to get us to dissolve our board into a Carrion Feeder, but luckily we like sacrificing stuff. There's a Blister Pod. Speaking of sacrificing stuff, they can Metallic Rebuke it. It resolves. They're at 13, so we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put 5 more counters on this, hit for 8. And if they choose to like eat this, they would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 this turn, down to 6. And actually they don't even get to eat it, so I think I am just going to get in. Just jam. There's no conceivable way we can kill this, so I guess we could try to eat it at some point. This is the Space Jam portion of the stream where we are welcomed to the jam, and when we arrive, we slam there. So they're going to make an attempt at eating a young wolf, and they're going to chump the Carrion Feeder, take 3. All right, so we will sack our young wolf, get rid of their Flare Husk. They're going to take 3, and they're at 10. We'll pass. See what they got. 3 cards in hand. It's Affinity. Don't know what it could be. I do feel like, considering their mana base here, our Gleeful Sabotages are going to be pretty great. But we could just be seeing an awkward draw from them. They've been waiting all day for this other color of mana. Or perhaps even these other 2 or 3 colors of mana. It's an ATOG. Okay. Sure. Do we just win now? We don't just win now, but I feel like we stand a pretty good chance. They're going to equip. I imagine they'll equip. Yep. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah. They can. That's pretty good. So if they want to block Carrion Feeder with ATOG, they're going to have to sacrifice most of their board to do so, because we have this Vicious Offering in hand. So I'm okay with that. If you want to lose a ton of your board presence and potentially your ATOG, then sure. What do you guys think of Affinity? Do you guys think Affinity's too inconsistent? I've had a few real quick losses against Affinity in recent history with this deck, so I guess we're about to find out how that goes. Okay, they will block. Sure. All right, they pass back to us, so I assume they're going to sacrifice an artifact or 2 here, but they don't have to. Yep. They'll sack 1 artifact. We'll sack Blister Pod. See you later, Lizard 4 do. Put a counter on the Carrion Feeder. I just want to see how many artifacts we can get them to sack. They're probably wondering. Okay, so they're going to sack their Bone Splitter. Sure. Let that resolve. We will... So it has 6 now. We're going up to 5. So sack this. Get a counter. sack this, get another counter. Wonder if they have a bounce spell. And in response to their next artifact sack, I will give it -5/-5. Yeah, okay. So cast with kicker, choose ATOG, sack Nest Invader. So it's going to go down to 3. They have to sack at least 2 more artifacts to kill our Carrion Feeder, or to eat our Carrion Feeder, and then they have 2 lands, a pretty useless ATOG. Anyone recommend a better... Parasite. Man. For real. What up, man? How you doing? How you doing, Meme Slinger? We're just trying to get our Affinity opponent to eat their board. I know you're there. I know you're there. There you go. Little kiss from Daddy. I just cringed myself. Oh, God. Ow. Jeez. I saw a guy do that, another streamer. He got the camera up real close to his face and did the kissy face, and I was like, that's quality entertainment right there. You know how it is. All right, our opponent decides that they do want to sack their whole board. All right, that was a good war, but we have a bunch of mana, and they have 2 cards in hand and an ATOG that doesn't do a whole lot here. I guess they have a 3/3. Okay, match pretty quick, huh? They never see it coming. All right, they have another 3/3 flyer. That's not great. That should be the sub animation. I feel like I would do that, but I feel like I'm ripping somebody off. I seem to remember someone that did a similar thing. We're probably going to draw lands for the rest of the game and lose, but I feel like that was a pretty interesting little moment. We don't have anything that can put them off artifacts, so we're in kind of a tight spot here. But they don't have, I mean, they can't manifest a board as large as ours as quickly, I don't think. We'll see. Oh yeah, I don't think they explode as much as we do, but we'd have to do some pretty cool stuff in order to do that. We're going to get in with everything. We're going to take 8, possibly 12. All right, there's Nest Invader. That's some blockers. We're definitely taking 6 next turn. Yeah, I guess we attack for 2. No point in sacking this. I believe we have to block ATOG next turn or we lose. Make sure she keeps that A1C in check. Y'all love the kisses, huh? Opponent not attacking with their ATOG, sure. We might be able to sneak this out unless they have Galvanic Blast. They probably have Galvanic Blast. Let's see if they do. Galvanic Blast. Blast. Or just Fling? Yeah. Okay. Sure. They might do it wrong. They didn't. Okay. So pretty spicy, the Auriok Salvager's deck. I don't know what they cut for it. I don't know if Chainer's Edict is good here. Probably not. Gleeful Sabotage definitely comes in. I don't think this is a Feed the Clan matchup. I don't think Fungal Infection is particularly good here. I guess if they run out their Salvagers really early, it's probably pretty good. Vicious Offerings are definitely going to stay in. I think I'm going to cut at least 2 infections. She's got me beat. What? What are you guys? What are you guys going on about up there? Okay. I'm liking this. I always thought we could use a little bit more of an aggressive spin. It's an even swap between Auriok Sunchasers and Carapace Forgers. Okay, so yeah, Edicts aren't going to look good. Elephant Guides might be better than... Yeah, they have less interaction, so I think I'm going to take out these, and I'm going to take out one Unearth, because they have less removal, especially instant speed. So I think Gleeful Sabotages and Elephant Guides are pretty okay here. And we'll try that. We would love to play first. Turn 1 Adventurous Impulse, Gleeful Sabotage in hand. Seems good. Keep. Just digging for another green creature, really. We will forego the lands. Whoa. Whoa, guys. Well, as long as everyone's okay and feels safe with that smack talk going around, then we're good. I wouldn't have minded one of those Vicious Offerings. We'll see what our opponent's up to over there. And blue mana. And Flare Husk, I imagine. Yep. Gotcha. Another Adventurous Impulse would be the nuts here. So not an Adventurous Impulse, but we can start Brindle Shoating. So I think we will start getting up to that. So let's Brindle Shoat and pass. No missing land drops from our opponent. Still not missing land drops. It makes the Gleeful Sabotage plan a little bit worse. Yeah, that's okay. Frogmite, Not super worried about that. I think we are straight up attacking their mana base here. Almost definitely straight up mana attack. Rancor, huh? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to Rancor. This is ridiculous. Rancor. Rot Farm, and then next turn we'll go Brindle Show, Gleeful Sabotage, and that should be pretty good. Get in with the Brindle Shoot. What's better, a 5-1 or an 8-3? A 7-3. Looks like they're going to take 5. They do not want to trade board position here. Whoa. What? Guys, let's tone it down a little bit. It's gonna be safer. I don't think the YouTubers are really. I don't think the YouTube kids will really know what's going on, but really, there's some hot stuff in there in the chat. I hope they missed their land drop. That would make my day. Miss your land drop, and then we'll just rock your world next turn. They're gonna get in. All right, sure. 1 white mana up for what I think is probably Galvanic Blast. You guys are definitely not talking about diabetes stuff anymore. All right, so the way that this could go badly is if they remove our Brindle Shoat in response. No, that doesn't even make it go badly. Okay, so we're not going to do anything risky here. We are just straight up going to cast a Brindle Shoat and Gleeful Sabotage both of your lands. They missed their land drop, so I think this is going to be pretty good. Tap, tap. With Conspire. So their land will explode. And we'll get to cast a Young Wolf next turn. Blow up your other land. Sabotage. This is not y'all, it's a sabotage. Calling all of y'all. It's a sabotage. Alright, well, I'm sure glad we didn't do anything risky that turn, huh, gang? It's pretty sweet. I love Brindle Shoat too. I feel like Brindle Shoat is a very good card. I feel like maybe it could find a home in some kind of value-based deck or something. All right, so our opponent, no lands left. They were missing land drops last I checked. We're going to rank her up a Brindleshoat and just get aggressive. Jungle Hollow. All right, so rank her up a Brindleshoat. Listen up, y'all. It's a sabotage. I don't think it's like... It's probably too cute to try to get a hunger going here, so I think I'm just gonna use my green mana for a Young Wolf this turn. We'll do it like this, and do it like this. Go to combat. Go to combat. Dun, 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 dun. Apparently we're a land destruction deck. Can I put that in the description or the tags? I've never used it already. No, I've actually only ever used Yazan the Wanderer Bard. Our opponent got mana screwed by the Gleeful Sabotage. Guys, we're dangerously close to a 50% win percentage, in which case I'll be pretty fine with this. They're pitching to hand size. Yep. All right, let's go to combat. We're swinging with everything because if they do block Young Wolf, it'll come back and then we can hunger something up. Probably the boar. Oh, and also it might be lethal. Yeah, if they double block the boar. Turn off auto yields. Boar is double blocked. They have gut shot. What do you think? Gut shot? One time, no gut shot? Take 7. We win. Woo! All right, we drew our sideboard cards. Awesome. I bought the pre-constructed Doretti deck years ago, but never had the chance to play it. Man, Parasite Jason. Jason, you are industrious, my dude. Get in there. Hustle hard. Cool, so that was good. No impulses, 1 green mana. Gleeful Sabotage online in hand. I'll keep. Hey man, you blew me out with Gut Shot. There was one time I punted into a Gut Shot. But the first Gut Shot, didn't see that coming. Player House, keep. We'll go turn 1, Jungle Hollow. Turn 2, Wolf, Wolf. Turn 3, Gleeful Sabotage. Yep. So opponent emptying their hand out pretty well. This is going to have to hit a 4/4 for it to be worth playing a tap land on turn 1, but I guess we'll see how that turns out. Yep. Well, I think I'm still hitting lands. Ooh, Vicious Offering. That makes my decision a lot easier. Okay, so Young Wolf. No one ever sees the first Gut Shot coming. I certainly did not. What does Blister Pod do? Nothing. Doesn't help us out with our hunger or anything next turn. We're stuck on green mana mostly. I guess if they do decide to kill us somehow, we can not cast our Gleeful Sabotage. Oh, no, we still can. Never mind. So that's fine. Pass over to you. They gotta have a lot of Galvanic Blasts to screw with our plan here. More Darksteel Citadels. Come on. Never lucky. Yep. 1 card in hand. Are they gonna cast it? Auriok Sunchaser. Sure. Oh, guys. This is about to get real awkward. So we have to draw a land. I wonder if I block here. Like double block Frogmite? And then sack the Scion. Like play Young Wolf, sack the Scion. If I draw green mana, it's real good, but if not, I don't really know. Mind you, they have no cards in hand. So like, if I just blow up these 2 Mirror Enforcers, what are they even doing? nothing, right? Like, it doesn't even matter anymore. So I think I just do that. So let's... Oh, Blister Pod is colorless. Whoopsie! That's why I would have played Young Wolf last turn. GG's. Yeah, I guess that's brutal. So we will play Nest Invader. That was why, guys. That's why didn't we play the Young Wolf? Nobody caught me. Jeez. You guys have to beat that 7-second delay by being psychic so that I don't throw games like this. All right, let's see how our opponent top decks, because I feel like in the top deck war we're gonna do pretty well here. One time no Thoughtcast. Or they'll just top deck the perfects. That's all right, he was in the water. I understand. I get it. It's okay. Our opponent running pretty good here. I don't think it registers for anyone, including me. We can have a pretty interesting turn next turn, depending on how that Thoughtcast went for them. With this, the way this Hunger and Vicious Offering are lining up, there's a couple of weird ways, a couple of weird directions I'd like to take this, but I still think we kill the Mirror Enforcers and the Sun Chaser next turn. Now I want black mana so that I can cast Mortician Beetle, block with Blister Pod this turn, and then Wombo combos. Our opponent's just having a little look at our hand. They're going to suit up the Frogmite, sure. Go to combat. Yep. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm going to block with Blister Pod because that lets us Vicious Offering and Gleeful Sabotage next turn. So we're going to pretty much Wrath them. And then we just got to hope that we either draw another Gleeful Sabotage or they don't have money in hand. I guess it's possible that they do, but another Frogmite is not money. Okay, our turn. We drew mana, but we need black. And just Gleeful Sabotaging this turn isn't going to do it. But I do think I'll save this to hunger up like Nest Invader. So let's do a bit of that. Actually, as long as I kill this, which I need my black mana for, getting Mortician Beetle down is not a big deal. And even still, we're only taking 3 off of it. Mortician Beetle is going to be enormous. I actually think I'm going to do that. Yeah. Not an easy choice, but it was a choice. All right, so we'll start by sacking this boy. Counter on the Beetle. Yep. Tap a green, Gleeful Sabotage with Conspire on your Mirror Enforcers. Tap, tap. Mirror Enforcer, they only have 1 card in hand, so I hope this is good enough. Mirror Enforcers go down. We can't get Mortician Beetle out of Galvanic Blast range this second, so I'm going to hunger it now. And we will pass the turn. We've got to kill this, but besides that, I think we're in an okay position. They have 1 card in hand. I just hope it isn't gas. It might be. More Sun Chaser is pretty bad. We do have more Vicious Offerings. Atog's also not fantastic, but not super good for them either. Yep. And there's a land, 1 card in hand. I guess they could have Metallic Rebuke. Advantage bar swings. I don't know about that. We're gonna have to see what they've got here. I can't pay for Metallic Rebuke. So I guess it depends on if they have that or not. This second anyway. We're gonna go to 6. Which is like burn range. They are at 20. They're thinking through it pretty hard. I don't really know what they could be thinking about, like whether they want to play ATOG or not. Yep. We can't block it. Unfortunately. But we did develop our board fairly well. And I think we're going to put them on the back foot here. Good. Okay, so it isn't a Metallic Rebuke. All right. No cards in our opponent's hand. We find a swamp. We could pay for Metallic Rebuke now anyway. So play a swamp. Vicious Offering with Kicker on Sun Chaser. Sack Young Wolf. Pump the Beetle. Wolf comes back. And we just gotta hope we're not dead. Play a Young Wolf. We're Hellbent. Go to combat. We're at 6. We have to be mindful of that. If we attack with both, we have 2 blockers. They might have tipped, yeah, so we can't really do a whole lot. Especially where they have Flare Husk. But we will attack for 6. Okay, glad to see them chump here. Sure. I think we almost stabilized. They have, that's the thing about Affinity though, like they could either draw just nonsense for the next 2 turns, or they could draw like ATOG followed up, or Thoughtcast, or they keep drawing the clutch Thoughtcasts. And then they draw 2 more cards. And now they're going to play a bunch of 4/4s. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, we haven't resolved a ton of spells this turn, or this game. Let's hope it doesn't matter that much. They got 2 turns with the Sun Chaser. There's Hunger. We're dead to Galvanic Blast anyway, so we really only have to leave back 2 or 3 blockers. We're dead in 2 turns. I think we'll leave back 2 blockers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can attack for 13. We're not dead to a removal spell. We are dead to a Galvanic Blast. Oh my goodness, that friggin' Thoughtcast, man. Right on time. All right, they're gonna let us get in. We're dead to Galvanic Blast anyway. I guess we're, yeah, we might as well not Hunger here. Because we're just as dead to it, or they're just as dead next turn, and getting them by surprise might be the only way we win this game. You're gonna Gal Blast our face? Equip, Gal Blast. Why? Why would you slow roll it? All right, I guess let's like make them see the line or whatever. Wow, they had a great hand. We're just dead anyway. All right, sure. That's it, guys. 2-3. Bummer. But close. That was close.